I woke up early in the morning and hiked up a hill. It was a magical experience being able to walk underneath the lush canopy of mango trees towering over the trail. It felt as if I was walking through a tunnel. I mustered up the courage and caught a ride up the mountain. Gukeng Mountain is packed with coffee shops. I decided to go for this coffee shop because of its contemporary and unique design. I was consumed by the extravagant scenery around this beautiful architecture. This site stood out the most because of its modern yet environmental-friendly design. It was designed by one of the most well-known architects in Taiwan. To preserve the natural site, this architecture was built to conform the original shape of the mountain, while creating abstract curves along the slope. The infinite view was stunning. It reminded me of Switzerland. The interior was built from cement, yet you could still feel the warmth in the atmosphere. I spent the whole afternoon here, feeling the breeze and marinating in the sun. All my worries faded away here. The nature's beauty has the calming and quieting upon the mind and the soul. Thinking back of all the wonderful surprises I had during this trip, and the old lady's love story, I wondered about the pain she went through. I could feel the love and warmth in this town, and glad that my mother grew up here in such a lovely place. Continuing my journey, I came to a legendary place full of tung oil trees, dubbed the Coffee Mountain by the locals. Many people imagine coffee as brown, dry beans that grow from the ground. Instead, coffee grows as cherries that grow from plants, ranging anywhere from 5 to 7 feet tall. These coffee cherries grow alongside the plant's branches, avoiding direct sunlight that hinders their growth. The coffee trees infuse the surrounding air with a floral scent. I jotted down the names of the various coffee trees along the way. Then I came across the Coffee Museum. Pictures are hung on the walls depicting the prosperous life back in the days. Mr. Liu's family has been in the coffee farming business for over 3 generations. The lady in the photo was his aunt, who is also known as Coffee Lady. He started telling me about the history of the coffee farm. He also said that there's a coffee tree that's 100 years old up there in the mountain. Formosa coffee uses coffee beans from Gulkong. These pictures depict what it was like 50 years ago at the farm. Mr. Liu is a lecturer for coffee plantation. We hiked up endless flights of stairs, and finally we came to the 100-year-old tree that he mentioned. This is where coffee originated here in Taiwan.
Hello, 你们也来了，来一起看，这一棵就是台湾最老的咖啡树，它将近有100年。这你们所看到的这里都是咖啡树，这里就是台湾咖啡的发源地。
After the detailed guided tour, I became more curious about Taiwanese coffee beans, so I decided to visit Mr. Liu's home. I waded through the thick lush of coffee trees and was greeted by this friendly girl. We met the farmers who were on their way back to harvest coffee. This was a chance to see how coffee is collected. She introduced me to her grandfather. Taiwanese agriculture take pride in prestige quality and insist on organic farming. To my surprise, these freshly picked coffee cherries taste really sweet. To my surprise, these freshly picked coffee cherries taste really sweet. With Taiwan being so close to the equator, it provides an ideal environment for growing coffee trees. The suitable soil and clean water source cultivate the highest quality coffee. These farmers are cheerful and thankful for these environmental conditions that allow them to grow perfect coffee. I didn't sense any fatigue in them, nothing but gratitude. This reminded me of a proverb: who does not thank for little will not thank for much. Jed was the first friend I met in Taiwan. Mr. Liu explained the theory behind coffee brewing and demonstrated how he roasts his coffee. Roasting technique determines the true essence of coffee. Every step needs to be precise in order to get that perfect cup of coffee. He provided a free roasting lesson. I could sense the passion he has for coffee. I now have a new insight into coffee growing and roasting. That's the end to my Formosa Coffee 101. I was so excited to see how this company handled and roasted their coffee beans, and so jumped at the chance to get a peek inside their factory when Jet invited me. As well as how to distinguish between good and bad quality beans. The aroma fills the whole factory while the roasting was in process. Taiwanese coffee has some distinct qualities that make it prestigious. I was honored to meet the CEO of Formosa Coffee, Mr. Chang. He explained that coffee can change the quality of life. My trip has finally come to an end. I said my goodbyes and went on my way. Although it's been only a short trip, it was definitely an unforgettable one. I find it hard to tell people about Taiwan, but I'm proud to be part Taiwanese. Perhaps I should boast about Taiwan's true beauty and brightness of this land. Most importantly, Taiwan has its own history in the arena of coffee cultivation that links us back in time.